Hi everyone, happy Lionsgate 888 portal. I'm so excited to do this reading because last night on my own YouTube feed, an old 888 Lionsgate portal reading came up from me and I watched it and it was kind of cringe, because you're watching yourself. But also I realized how much growth has taken place in this collective and in the collective in general. And this is also for you personally. Like just hearing the sound of the tone and the vibration and the frequency of the energy that was coming through, so much has shifted and so much has changed. And we live day to day, so we don't really realize how much we've grown in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years. But we have, and you have. And so maybe there's something you could go back to 4 years from now. 4 years from now, interesting. Maybe 4 years from now, you're going to look back at this time and be like, wow, I've grown so much. But maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, there's a photo you could reflect on, a journal entry, maybe a video you have of yourself. And Spirit just wants you to look at how much has shifted and changed. And this is like at a cellular level. You can even hear it in the tone of your voice. You could see it on your face. Okay, there's a strength behind your eyes that wasn't there before, is what I'm getting. And I saw this too in myself, and it was pretty interesting to see. So again, it feels a little weird and cringy, and it's like all nostalgic for that time too. And it was like, but still, the message is here, and it's coming through, and it needs to be said to you, because time is an interesting thing. As we all know, it's a spiral. And oftentimes we get brought back again to a very important time in our life that we need to reflect on or remember, or just to realize the growth we've made since that time, how we've spiraled up and out of something. And so I feel like this big congratulations coming through for you, for the collective in general, from Spirit, even though times are difficult and we are all dealing with our own personal difficulties, but also collective difficulties within the awakened intuitive community, but also larger than that, the larger collective. But there's still this force behind us that is saying, you are growing, keep going. Some of us have more growing pains than others, but the progress is being made. It's not perfect, but it's progress. Okay? So, Lionsgate, the 888 portal, is a time of awareness, heightened awareness, illumination, as the Sirius star is super magnetic, energetic, and bright. And it's also a time of alignment, as Orion's belt aligns with the pyramid. So alignment and awareness. And so it's an opportunity to really reflect on what you know to be true, what you want to do in the future. Maybe you should think 4 years ahead, but also what's in alignment with you and what's not in alignment with you. How can you shift yourself onto a track that makes sense for you? It's interesting. I'm using this spread, and I think I use it every Lionsgate, this spread. But this just popped up. It's a pop-up on their website. And I got get magical updates. Yeah, and I feel like this is from newagehipster.com if you want to go to their website. But yeah, this is like Spirit saying, this is a time for a magical update. We're updating you on your progress. We're updating you on where you're going to go next. So the spread I'm using is here. So if you see me looking over, I'm just going by what the cards are supposed to represent. But before we get into this actual spread, I want to pull out the general theme of this Lionsgate and the energies supporting you and the energies that you might be rubbing up against and finding a little bit difficult. So let's get in and see what's going on. All the cards that I'm using today, I will put in the description box below. Some of you have asked me where I got these cards. I made them. And I have a whole deck, like a shadow deck that's on black paper. And I made these about 5 years ago. It was really therapeutic, actually, to make them. And they've made a comeback this year. So I encourage you to make your own. Some people have asked if I would sell them. I feel like you can make your own. I think it's like $4 to buy these little papers, and then you could write on them yourself, because in the writing of your own downloads of the words that are important to you and what Spirit's telling you should be on the paper, that whole process of writing the words yourself and creating the cards yourself is magic. Okay, so don't bypass that process. It's great to use other people's art and cards and their downloads, but you should have something for yourself too. So maybe you want to create that on this Lion's Gate, even if it's just 5 cards or 10 cards. You don't have to get these little papers. You could use anything, right? Anything that withstands your shuffling or mixing on the table. But it's your own energy. It's your own intuition. It's your own subconscious vocabulary coming to the surface. It's Spirit's downloads to you personally. So this is definitely a direct message here for you to create something that you could divinate with, your own creation. Okay, let's see. The theme of this Lion's Gate, Spirit. I feel like some of you are going to receive something extra from Spirit, like an extra ding on your singing bowl that you weren't expecting, or an extra sign in synchronicity. Or like some of you, yeah, like something extra is going to come in that you didn't expect. And it's just kind of a nice pat on the back in some way. Okay, some of you are going to have an extra dream. Okay, this card fell out. Ace of Wands. How appropriate for Lion's Gate. Fire energy, the time for awareness, lighting the torch, leading the way. Where are we going 4 years from now? Where have we been? I don't know why the number 4 is coming through, but it's significant. Well, 4 and 4 is 8, right? So 4 years ago, 4 years ahead. So this is really significant. Okay. A spark of passion, of light. This is the theme of this Lion's Gate, of this portal. There's a potential to create something, as we said, right? But there's a potential to create something else in your life that you want to create. And whenever the wands come out, this is like from your spirit. It's an inspirited creation. I like it. Now, some of you have heard me say this before, but whenever the Ace of Wands comes out, every card has light and shadow. Both polarities exist within every tarot card, so you can read it in multiple ways. But this could be a torch to light the way, the Ace of Wands, or if we... How do I say that? It's not if we miss the opportunity, but if we take that opportunity for creation and decide to use it for destruction, well, then it could burn us. We turn the Ace of Wands upside down and it lights up everything on fire, destroys things. So it will be the case that during this Lion's Gate, you will be given the opportunity. Do you want to create or destroy? And sometimes those things happen simultaneously. In alchemy, you often need to destroy something first in order to create. Solvea coagula. Things need to be broken down. Okay? But what I'm getting here is that you may see people around you being very destructive. And this is because they too are working with the Ace of Wands energy. They've just chosen to use it in the shadow polarity. Okay? So let's see. What else, Spirit? What else about this Lion's Gate? The Lion's Gate. What is the theme here? Of course, something about ancestors. Whenever we're talking about Lion's Gate and portals and star alignments, we always are reminded of our ancestors' energy, and our ancestors' energy is present. Those who have come before us, who have studied the stars, who were guided by the stars, who honored and revered the stars. So it's a good time to connect with that ancient, primordial energy of the collective, or maybe your personal ancestry, if that's what you feel more guided towards. So many have come before. Slow, gradual, leisurely, and delayed. Has this Ace of Wands been delayed? Let's see what else we get here. Let's get one more. Maybe it's been coming in gradually. Tell me more about this slow energy. I'm seeing like a lion roar here, like a sleepy, or I guess more of a yawn, a roar and a yawn all at once. Slow. Tell me more, Spirit. I need more on this. What's going on? We have spiral. Ah, we already talked about the time spiral. Resonance, insight, and I was going to say inspiration, but it says introspection. The spiral. And another card fell out. I just want to see what that is. We have nectar, essence, fulfillment, and delight. I am going to put this one back in. It feels a little premature, I want to say. So perhaps you're looking for some kind of fulfillment, some kind of nectar that you could enjoy right this moment. It's coming. But first it feels like there's some kind of gradual, slow buildup. You're spiraling upwards, like ascending upwards. You've spiraled downwards before and upwards before. But again, which direction you want to go, up and down, upright or reverse, is totally up to you. But whoever I'm connecting with today, I feel like your will and your passion is to spiral upwards towards this nectar. There's an aha moment here, a delayed aha moment of what you're going to do next. It's like, oh, why don't I do this? Why haven't I thought of that? Why don't I move there? Why don't I pursue this path? Why don't I try this in I'm hearing my esoteric practice, my divination practice? Why don't I go and pursue this talent? There's like a moment of like, oh, that might be good for me. That might be what I need. I feel like you should follow that. It's kind of a delayed reaction to something that Spirit's been guiding you towards for a while. Okay, let's see what else we get. This energy, I feel like the energy's, peppy. But Spirit's, the message here that's coming out, it does feel a little bit slow, like we're slow to get to what's happening here, which is interesting with the Ace of Wands. Slow burn. So some of you might be concerned that whatever potential is arising during this portal might not last, like the flame will go out quickly. But Spirit's saying, no, this flame is going to last a long time. It's a slow burn. Seeing a spiral staircase here, maybe in a clock tower. Mercury, energy supporting you, the mind. Oh, Mercury's moving, right? Mercury's going into Leo, I think. Am I right? Let's see. Mercury. What about it? The mind, communication. Learn from the past. Yeah, that's why I started this reading off like that. Something pops up from the past and Spirit wants you to take a look at it, to think about it. Mercury, listen to yourself and how much you've changed. Read your own thoughts in your diary, in your journal. Or if you have video of yourself, listen to yourself, or just remember how you were thinking 4 years ago. Because you have learned from the past. And in the future, you're going to learn from this time too. Like there's something here that's happening right in this moment that 4 years from now, you're going to look back on and be like, wow, that was a really significant time. Even though things might feel like they're moving slowly right now. For some of you, this is a really great time. And so relish in what is working for you right now. Expand that feeling of like, this feels good. This part of my life feels good for me. I'm able to go do these things I want to do. I'm able to get this sleep I want, or whatever. I don't know if you are or you're not. Some of you are not sleeping, but you know what I mean? It's like whatever is working, really expand the gratitude space you give around that particular thing that's working in your life. Okay? Enjoy it. Mercury, learn from the past, the energy supporting you. The challenge. Let's see. What's the challenge? Healing. Isn't it always a challenge? Let's see. Well, maybe not for some. I don't know. Subconscious and home. Ooh, something about your 4th house could be activated right now. Healing your subconscious mind. What's going on at home? What did happen in your home 4 years ago? This could be your home country, your homeland, or maybe your actual physical location where you lay your head to rest at night. Or maybe this is the home from the past, the home you grew up in, or the many homes you grew up in if you moved around a lot. There's something here that you're healing a wound. And it's been slow. It's been a slow spiral upwards. But you're reaching the top with this Ace of Wands. And then the nectar is coming later. The sweetness. Okay, and I like to even things out on the table, Spirit. So give me one, give me one more. I'm a Libra rising. I like the balance. Give me one more for the supportive energy. Thank you. Ooh, regret. Learn from the past, regret, and Mercury. How do you feel? Do you regret things? You know, I feel like you don't. Regret. I want to ask Spirit before I move on, how is regret supporting them? Four Wands. We also have the Emperor, which is another 4, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. 4, 4, 4, 4, and it's 4 o'clock right now as I'm recording this. 4's all over the place, okay? Which is about stability, grounding, a safe container for your creativity, Emperor energy, being in control and strategy. So I'm asking how you're feeling about this regret that's going on. And it's about something that was held back from you or you held back. Something maybe you were holding on to that wasn't really worth all that much. Maybe this was a past relationship that you were trying to get over. And this is in the past, right? And you could be looking back and saying, I wish I got over that faster. Or I wish I had moved out sooner. Or I wish I had done whatever the case is for you sooner. And you could be looking back with regrets. But I also feel Spirit telling you strongly with the Wheel of Fortune coming after and the Emperor that whether you let go of that quickly or slowly, that's not what's important. What's important is how you evaluated the whole situation and what you actually learned from it, how you expanded your mind, Mercury, and your ability to communicate clearly with your subconscious and with Spirit. That's what's important. Not that maybe you hung on a little bit too long. Okay, and this could be anything, like a marriage, a job, some bad thoughts you were having about yourself, an addiction you were going through, whatever it is that you think maybe you have some regrets around. Spirit's saying, yeah, those regrets are teaching you something about what matters to you. Okay, and what matters to you is your healing. Because the only reason, and this isn't for all of you, but the only reason why there is some regret there is because you want to heal faster. Or you wish you didn't have to heal a wound. So healing is very important to you. Okay? For those of you who, I hope that makes sense, maybe we'll get more into it, but for those of you who feel like you don't have regrets about the past, then I feel like you did hold something back. And that worked in your favor. Okay, maybe other people were telling you, you should open up, you should communicate more, you should share more about what you think and feel, you should do more, you should give more. You should. And you said, I don't have the capacity, I don't have the energy, I can't do that, I don't have the strength right now. Or maybe I have the strength to not listen to what you're saying and decide for myself what I will and won't give. There's something in the past here around feeling protective over yourself that you learned a lot from, and it changed your whole concept of self. And you took your seat, or you are right now, or maybe you will if you don't feel like you're here yet, as the emperor, as the leader of your life. Okay, so I don't know why Lionsgate, it for me, coming through me, I'm sure for other readers and other people, it may channel in different. But as me, as the person that is giving this message, it's coming in as like a kind of, a pat on the back, a congratulations, a look how far you've come, and let's get excited for where we're going next, because you continue to grow, even if it feels slow. The spiral is activated. Resonance, insight, and introspection. This is a time for you to really remember how strong you are and how much you've been through. You know, like, we all feel like time's moving fast. I think that's the consensus. And I say to people in my life, like, wow, I can't believe that was like 6 years ago. And I can't believe it's almost going to be 8 years from that. But then when I'm confronted with like a past self, whether it's a video or a journal entry, I'm like, whoa, it kind of does feel like that's a long time ago. I kind of have grown quite a bit. So Spirit wants you to think about that, okay? There's a trick somewhere in this time speeding up mix that could make you feel like you haven't evolved and ascended since 4 years ago. You know, there's a perceptual trick, maybe coming from another power, the powers that were, that are trying to get you to think that you are right where you were 4 years ago. You've grown so much, even if things feel a little more difficult. Okay? This is a big message here. So let's see about the healing subconscious and home as the challenging energy. And then we'll get the spread. Oh my God, we're already 22 minutes in. 4 again. 22. Okay. Page of Pentacles. And I am so I'm being a little neurotic here. Venus is in Libra with the balancing on the table look. I mean, but that's a message too. Maybe it's time to balance something out. Balance the past with the future ideas, The energy you're putting in the past in terms of what you're thinking about. Put it towards the future in equal measure. Okay, and stay present. Okay, hold on. Page of Pentacles. 3 of Cups. Some of you are healing something around siblings. Let's just get one so I don't have to be super weird about the balance. Okay, 7 of Cups. 3 of Cups. Page of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. Well, other people in your home at some point in time, okay? Or maybe other people's ideas of what your home should be like created a lot of confusion, It's like everybody had an idea of who you should be, what your role is. I'm getting this sense like other people were kind of running the roost a little bit. It's like they were living their lives, they were doing what they wanted, and they had all kinds of ideas of what you should do. There's a little bit of confusion there. Some of you may also, on the other hand, some of you may miss more energy in your home. Okay, you feel like home is a little bit quiet, maybe a little slow, and you miss a time where things were busy and happening, and there was schedule and time for this, and we got to do this now, and there was life in the home. Okay, there are ways to bring life into the home when you find yourself alone. Animals are really good, but man, are they a handful. Animals, plants, guests, friends, okay? But there's something about your home life and the confusion that was created there that you're healing now, or it's still kind of challenging you. Other people's opinions of where you should go next and how you should secure yourself, or what even safety means to you, might be being guided by some old subconscious patterns. Because the Page of Pentacles is like the student, and this is showing me you learned a lot from other people's confusion, illusions. And you may have taken some of that in, internalized some of that confusion as your own. Okay, but you're healing this now. You're healing your sense of home, okay? This is part of the Lion's Gate portal. Higher levels of awareness of this particular wound is part of the activation right now. And I feel like it's part of the activation so you can get fully in alignment with what the Ace of Wands is offering you, which seems to be a new path. So let's see. The spread, yeah. Okay, so we're going to look at, well, let's just pull out the cards and then I'll tell you what each of them represents. For the collective spirit. I also, after I watched that Lionsgate reading from years ago, I also watched a pick-a-card that I did with the cats. Like I made each cat represent the group. It was really, I really liked it. It was really cute. And man, Patrick got big. He wasn't that big before. And Pixel got smaller. But that reading was really interesting because I started off with like each group, each cat's characteristics and personality is a message for you. It's like a representation for you, of you, and that's why you chose that cat. So maybe I should do something like that again. I'm going to post that reading actually in the community tab if you want to go check it out. It was a fun one. Okay, let's see. Lots of people coming through. 3 of Cups. Yeah, lots of people's energy coming through. This may be why you need to remember your own authority with the Emperor card. Because there are a lot of people here. A lot of people's opinions, desires, wants. They want you to do things or they need you, you know, this kind of thing. A lot of engagements, interactions, unexpected quarrels or even celebrations, yeah, with people. This may also be why I started talking about how some people are going to use that Ace of Wands to destroy. Oh my goodness. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 court cards here in a 7-card spread and death at the bottom. Definitely a transformation and it feels like very transient transition period, like in between these 4 past years and the 4 upcoming years. It's like right now is like the moment. There's like a pivot point. It's judgment and death. It's a huge moment of deciding what happens next, or awakening in general, letting things go that need to go, but letting them go by healing them. You know? That's what you're doing. King of Swords. Clarifying things in your mind as well. Like your mind is becoming sharper, clearer, more discernment. Okay, what this portal can support you with. Queen of Swords. Mercury, sharp mind, sword energy, air energy. Truth. Living in your truth, speaking the truth, and seeing the truth of the past. The Queen of Swords has really been through it. Hence her allegiance to the truth. Because every time she entangled with a lie, whether it was her own or somebody else's, it cut her. So she's decided now, no more lies, no more deception, no more lack of clarity and uncertainty and confusion, whether it's my own or others. I'm going to walk a path of truth, even if it's difficult, even if it's hard. That's what serves me best. That's what heals me. Okay, that's who the Queen of Swords is in this reading anyways. And that's what the portal can support you with, is you stepping more and more into that energy. Okay? So this is really like, I'm clear about something. I'm not going to do that. I really want to do this. If you want to engage with me, you're going to have to come clearly, honestly, and you're going to have to explain whatever it is that you're presenting to me. Okay, so there's no ambiguous energy that you're accepting as you go through this portal. And I feel like the next 4 years, this is something that becomes like a base energy for you. It's truth or nothing at all. Okay? And truth is something that sometimes you can fact check, to see if it's true. Sometimes it's an intuition. You just know that something is not true or true. Sometimes it's a vibration and an energy living in a truth. Okay? So there's going to be a lot of discernment coming up. Not necessarily because you're going to be faced with a lot of challenges that you're not already faced with. The same challenges of the world persist. The lies of the world persist. You're just getting clearer and clearer that they are in fact lies, or that there are dishonest people. Okay. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords here. 5 of Wands. Hold on. What are you doing here? Are you fighting or not fighting? King of Wands. Ooh, somebody's not going to like this approach of yours. This King of Wands energy, another person here. So many people. 6 of Cups. Oh, here comes something from the past. Learn from the past. What happened when you were truthful in the past? What happened when somebody lied in the past, whether it was you or someone else? There's something to learn there. Okay? Because what I see is that there is an energy here, whether this is someone you know well or not. It could just be like something out in the world that you come across. Maybe it's a boss, a family member, a lover, whatever. A King of Wands energy who's very certain, okay, very fiery. Could be a little aggressive at times with the 5 of Wands, who is not afraid of conflict and wants to engage. But this Lionsgate portal is preparing you for any of this activity with a sword of truth and discernment. So this is about, is this my battle or not? You know how much time we can waste fighting battles that aren't ours? That's a lot of like trolley comments, just to use an easy example, are a way to like sucker energy, distract us from other things that we're doing into battles and fights that sometimes don't really matter, And Spirit's giving you that gift of discernment here. Well, you're giving it to yourself based on your past experiences, with a pat on the back from Spirit. Okay. What to leave behind? Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. So you are going on some kind of adventure here. You're leaving some sense of security and safety behind. Now, what is this security and safety that you're leaving behind? Maybe it is, well, let's just see. Let's not do the maybe. 10 of Cups. Ooh, this is a sacrifice that you're making. I feel like this could also be making sure other people are happy all the time. It's such a, once you get into that habit, it's so hard to break, even when you're the Queen of Swords. If you're an empathetic person, compassionate person, you care about, did you get enough sleep last night, even though I was up all night? Like just small little things like that. You could be putting other people's wants and needs ahead of your own, because it's tied to some kind of safety here. This goes back to the home stuff, right? Like over here, other people's energy and their confusion, their illusion, their choices, what they were doing with their life really took up a lot of space in a place that was supposed to be your safety zone or your sanctuary, your sacred space, your home. You know, you learned a lot here about other people's stuff. Okay, and how to manage that. Maybe you were always emotionally like managing the family or siblings or whatever, or a partner, your children, your parents. You know, you had to maybe walk on eggshells a little bit here, or just not disrupt anything with any of your own problems. You know, you learned something here that hurt you, okay? And what you're leaving behind is that feeling of like, well, in order to be safe and secure, I need to make sure everybody's happy and I don't disrupt their happiness and I continue to foster their happiness, while like really not taking care of myself. That's what you're leaving behind. Okay? Queen of Swords. Yeah. Some of you might actually say something that someone else has a pretty strong reaction to. Two of Cups, Five of Cups. Yeah, they're not happy with something you have to say, some truth you want to say. Or maybe you want to like shut something down, draw a boundary, and they don't like that, okay? This could be the delayed activation that you've needed, right? So let's see. What to take with you? Page of Cups. Your inner child. That creative self that lives within you, that is looking for the nectar. Tell me more about this. Page of Cups, what to take with you. See, look, your inner child is holding the cup out to this part of you that you are being asked to release now, saying like, hey, you know, like you're really concerned with this pentacle and everybody else's cups, like maybe we focus on ourselves now. Maybe we focus on our own projects, on our own creations. So tell me more about what to take with you. Now, this could be an actual person, okay? Someone who represents or is represented by the Page of Cups. This could be a child. You decide. I think it's more you and an energy of your own. But let's see. Nine of Wands. Oh, well, you have to take the Page of Cups with you. This inner child creative energy. This energy of yours that is innocent but not naive. You know, that it has a lot of wonderment. That still has a lot of life to live. You know, is really open-hearted. But wise at the same time. The Hermit. Wise at the same time. Okay, you know what the Hermit finds with that light? All the jewels and the treasures that are in the shadow. And a lot of those jewels and treasures are part of your inner child. Okay? And we have all this healing, subconscious home stuff. Like, I can't help it. It's all here. You've been fighting a long time for this to come through. Nine of Wands. You haven't given up. It's been hard. It's been a battle. So why would you not take your inner child, the Page of Cups, on this new adventure? You have the torch. Let's go. Now, you may have to move a little bit slower than you'd like to, perhaps because that part of you, that child part of you, is a little bit trepidatious, a little bit worried about what lies ahead, which is normal when that inner child has faced danger in the past or been hurt, been cut, been wounded. It's normal for that part of you to be a little bit nervous to put themselves out there, to explore a new path, to open their heart, to take chances. Think about children when they're playing. You know, it's a beautiful, natural thing to just do what they want to do. But then when someone punishes them for just being themselves and just being curious, they get more and more timid and reserved. Sometimes they turn to the shadow, you know? So it's normal for you to feel a little bit anxious, worried, uncertain about what's coming up ahead in your life, or even the period of time that's happening now. But Spirit's saying you've been fighting for this for a long time, 9 of Wands. And you're resilient. And so, yeah, I feel like you are going to take this part of you through the portal. And that's an exciting part of you to take with you. Like, to make it like it's center in your reading, you know? Your inner child is taking center stage here. Protected by the Queen of Swords. You're good. Okay? So let's see. How will this change you? Ready for this? 9 of Cups. Well, you live a life of abundance. Emotional abundance, joyful abundance, happiness. A lot of wishes are coming true here. When you hold your inner child's hand. One hand holding your inner child, the other hand holding the sword of truth. That's you going through the portal. So there's a wish here. How will this portal change you? Let's see. What's your wish? What's going on? 8 of Wands. That's funny because we have slow and this is fast. Fast moving energy. This could be you want things to pick up. You want direction. Maybe some of you want some kind of soulful communication, okay? And there's definitely a wish here that's granted. So things are slow. Like, at what point are they going to pick up? Is it slow or is it fast? What are we talking about here? The Fool. As soon as you step through the portal, things start picking up pretty quickly. It's like it gains momentum. It's like a snowball, you know. Maybe it starts off a little bit slow, you know, but as it gains momentum and you keep rolling it, it starts to go quicker and quicker. Oh, I love that. 9 of Pentacles. Some of you, this is about your work and your financial security. It just starts increasing. Okay? It's because of this truth. You're not tricked and you're living in alignment. Okay? So what this portal will activate for you? The Lovers, unification, and karma. I say karma because this is a card, well, maybe we should say dharma. I don't mean karma in a bad way, okay? I just mean the effect of something that you caused, okay? That's what's happening. You're going to get the effects of something you caused. Some action you took, you're going to experience the effects. That's what's being activated. And whatever action you took was a massive decision, was not an easy one to make. I love this Lovers card. Because it shows like feminine and masculine energies, sharing that cup, integrating. You know, this, I know it's kind of cheese or whatever, but it feels like, you know, if this is the inner child, it feels like these are the inner parents, which we also have, right? We have an inner mother and an inner father. We have an inner mother in the light. We have an inner mother in the shadow. We got it all, right? All the archetypes, all the experiences, we got it all. And it feels like this is your inner mother, inner father, unified, coming together, supporting your inner child. Like this is you're doing some big things here. You're integrating. You're becoming more and more powerful by the minute. Okay, so let's get more specific about this. What will this portal activate for you? Now, of course, it's the Lovers card, so let's not ignore that. Could activate a connection, a stronger bond with someone. Let's see. And if that's the case, let me tell you, this is going to be exciting. It's going to be full of passion. Okay. And it's going to be healing. But some of those subconscious wounds around family, connection, love, safety, security might come to the surface at this time in this connection. But as they come to the surface, and as you look at some of the things that you've worked on from the past, you'll be able to make this bond stronger. Okay, so this is, if you're in a relationship, there's a good potential here to activate some relational healing between the two of you by healing your inner children that are kind of battling it out on the metaphysical playground of your mind and heart and soul. Okay, so we also have the King of Cups. This is emotional balance and emotional maturity. This is what this Lion's Gate is activating for you. So many court cards. And so when we have a lot of court cards in a reading, it can of course be a lot of different people, but it could also be a lot of different aspects of yourself coming together. And that's what I feel. But I also feel like you are going to be engaging those different aspects of yourself vis-a-vis your interactions with others. I feel intuitively, Spirit, that there's going to be something unexpected with someone else. Like some interaction that they don't anticipate. 8 of Cups. An interaction where you walk away. Judgment. You awaken to something. This could be with anyone, okay? King of Swords. You decide to use your logic, your rationality, your wisdom, your knowledge, your truth to see through something here, and you walk away. Maybe there is a battle. You decide, this isn't my battle. I'm not going to get wounded here on this battlefield. It's not even mine. Okay, there's a big moment here, a big realization that some interaction you have isn't worth engaging with. 2 of Cups. I don't know what this is, but it seems to be pretty significant for someone. Maybe it's you stop fighting with someone, or you stop trying to prove your point, or you don't try to win. The Fool. You got other things to do. Okay? Some of you are going to walk away from one partnership or connection and get into a new one. That's what's being activated, the Lovers, because you have emotional maturity. And why is this thing emotionally immature? The Magician. I'm hearing someone's all talk. The Chariot, the Magician. Wow. Ace of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. Well, this isn't for everyone, but this is kind of tiresome energy. This is really exciting. Magician, Chariot, Ace of Swords. I got an idea. This is the truth. This is how I feel. This is what we're doing. This is where we're going. Let's go. We can do this. And then I don't know what happens. Something happens. There's a betrayal. There's a swift ending. Maybe it's a hot and cold type situation. It's immature because whoever's on the other side of this partnership, or whoever this is to you, it's like they come in with these like grandiose ideas, like these big promises, these big ideas, these, like we're going to do it, don't worry, but no follow through, no plans. Okay, so that's a side message I feel for someone, not all of you. Okay, let's look at message of higher wisdom from the Syrians, from Cirrus. Knight of Pentacles. Keep going. This is like, I feel like Spirit's kind of, I don't know. We're getting messages of energy moving slow and then moving fast and then moving slow. Well, maybe that's just the way things go. It's a rhythm. It's periods of speed and periods of rest. So, your guidance here from Cirrus, from your third eye I'm hearing, from your higher mind, from Spirit, from the Syrians, is to plan a little bit here, to plan for the next 4 years, even if it's just energetically meditating, visualizing where you want to go, who you want to be, and to keep going forward with that. You're making progress. The World. That's where you're going. And the World is a card of mastery. You've mastered it all. You've mastered it all the lessons of this cycle. You have a good understanding of what things are. And then we have the 4 fixed signs on the card, right? Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. And this is the 4 again. It's like those 4 fixed signs in the zodiac, like they kind of like they ground the zodiac, you know, they're like the legs of the table in some sense. And so now you have an understanding of what's been holding everything up, what's been holding you up, what's been keeping you solid. And maybe there's a leg here and there that's been shaky and you need to fix it. And you did, and you will, and you have. So that's what's happening here. The guidance is to keep going. Some of you want to travel. You should. That's the guidance. If you've been on the fence about it, you should travel. Or if you've been thinking about moving far away, the guidance is go ahead, but do it with a plan. Plan is good. For others of you, you know, we could take this card in a more modern sense about the World Wide Web, okay, the internets. Maybe you've wanted to do something online, a business, something like that. Guidance is go ahead. Seems like a good idea. You're being given the Ace of Wands. Might be slow to start, but then it's going to pick up. And acknowledge to yourself, probably the most important guidance is to acknowledge yourself how far you've come. Okay? Now, how to move through this portal with ease. See, I feel like Spirit's just, I don't know. What are you doing here, Spirit? Knight of Wands. Well, maybe it's not about going fast and quickly. Maybe it's about going with passion, right? Picking up this wand and saying, okay, I'm excited. There's got to be at least one thing, if not more, that you can get excited about. Now, maybe you're going to get excited about now, and then tomorrow you're like, oh, I don't know if I really want it, but it's okay. That's fine. But what are you excited about right now? Maybe it's something small. Maybe it's about going for a walk later. Maybe it's about the eclipses coming up. Maybe it's about starting a channel. Maybe it's about submitting a project to your boss or that you worked really hard on. Maybe it's becoming the boss. You know, maybe it's enjoying a nice evening with your lover. Like, I don't know. What are you excited about? Spirit wants you to take as much time that you can to sit in that energy and move through this 888 portal, especially tomorrow, which is August 8th, or maybe you're watching this already on August 8th. See where you can activate the Knight of Wands. This is swift, passionate, forward momentum towards a new potential. Okay? I love this like slow, fast kind of push-pull thing that's going on here. Okay, is that all we got? Is that it? I mean, we're at 53 minutes. Spirit's like, yeah, stop, hangman. Pause. I kind of do want to read a last card. I used these the other day, and I was kind of surprised by how great they were, because I don't use them often. So let's go for it. Work your light. Let's see. What message do we have here for the Lionsgate portal? For the collective, for their highest good and the highest good of all. Of course, leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Perfect. I'm going to read, though. I'm going to read the leap card first. Maybe the other one. I don't know. Let's see. You go first. The universe will catch you. Life bends for the courageous. The lion energy, right? The universe wants to support you, but first you need to take the leap, to throw your life up in the air. Perhaps you know what you are being called to leap toward. You do. You do. Or away from. but are scared to make the move. That's that inner child, right? Or maybe perhaps you are waiting for a big fat sign. I said you're going to get that, an extra sign, or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is you, then this card is your sign. And permission slip to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. It's scary to let go of all that we know in hope for something new, and it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising. And right now, this is how you are being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. You go first, take a good run, and leap. Knight of Wands. What do you think? Should I read Answer the Call? I mean, if you don't want to hear it, I guess you can go. I want to hear it. Okay. What is your soul calling you to do? Your guidance is divinely guided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary, it might not make sense, but if you trust your soul's yearnings, you will live a life beyond what your mind could possibly imagine. Oh, yeah. Answering your soul's calling is not a one-time thing, rather a lifelong dance. There is that slow, fast energy. It does feel like a dance. Deep down, you already know what you long for, what your soul yearns for. Whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for permission. Just say yes. Most people are, and this is a big yes card. Yes. Okay. Most people are waiting for a step-by-step plan before they take the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. That's what I was saying. The truth is sometimes a feeling, an intuition. Okay? It takes faith and courage to answer the call of your soul. And that's why most people don't do it. But you are not most people. You are in exactly the right place to answer your calling now. You don't need to know the whole plan. Although I do see you can start the plan, but you don't need to know the whole plan. Okay? You don't even need to know where it's leading you. You just need to take the next step. No one has ever had the complete perfect plan. There is no end destination. There is no right or wrong way to do it. And you do not need permission from anyone else. The world clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. This is also like the universe is guiding you, even if you feel like you don't have a plan, or even if you do have one. Okay. Sometimes the more resistance we have around answering a soul calling, the more important it is to our soul's growth. What is your soul's calling? What is your soul calling you to do? What a great reading. I enjoyed it. Did you? Okay. I love you so much. Happy Lionsgate. And if you're still here, this reading is for you. It's 100% yours. And I'm so excited to see what happens next. I'll see you next time.